Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can design this 3D printed custom phone holder inside Autodesk Fusion 360. So you can see I had printed this custom phone holder using PLA material in multicolor since I have Bamboo Lab 3D printers P1S, and I had used that printer to print this design, and I had developed this complete design inside Autodesk Fusion 360. So in this video, I'm going to also show you step-by-step process how you can design products like this inside Autodesk Fusion 360. So follow along this video, watch this complete video. I will show you the complete process step by step how you can design this from scratch. Also, I will show you how you can export your files for 3D printing. Also, I had provided all these Fusion 360 files for free. You can find the link below in the video. You can download that. You can start practicing with me. So let's move on to Fusion 360 and start designing products like this. So now we are into Fusion 360. First thing, we'll save our drawing. We'll click on this save icon over here on the left top corner, and then on this place we'll first input the name. Let's write it phone holder, and then I will click on this icon to specify the location where I want to save my project. In this case, I will move on to this 3-dash project, and then here I will find my YouTube tutorial folder. I will double click on it. Now you can see the file that I am saving into this location. I will click on save. The moment I will click on save, you can see that the name just got updated. Now the next thing, we'll go on to this browser and we'll expand this document setting option, and here we'll make sure that our units are millimeter. If you want to change it, you can click on this icon and you can change it. Now the last thing, we have to make sure that the design history at the bottom is turned on. Now we are ready to start modeling. The first thing that we'll do, we'll go on to this create a sketch tool. We'll click on it. Then we had to select the plane on which we want to create our first sketch. I will select this top plane as a sketch plane, and the moment I will select, you can see the plane is active. Also our all the sketch tools are active. I will activate this circle tool from here, and then I will specify the center point of the circle. I will drag my cursor outside and I will input the values of this bigger circle. This one I want to keep 20 millimeters, so I will input the values 20 and then I will press enter. So here is our first sketch that we had created of 20 millimeter in diameter. Now all the time you can use your mouse scroll wheel to zoom out and zoom in. So you can use your mouse, external mouse, and you can easily navigate across your sketch. Now the next thing, we'll again create a new circle. Again we'll reactivate this tool. Also you can make a right click and repeat the last command that you had executed. So I will select this repeat center diameter circle, and again the tool is active. I will again select this center and then will drag outside, and this time I want to create a circle of 7 millimeter in diameter, so I will press 7 like this. So this circle is of 7 millimeter diameter and this one is of 20 millimeter diameter. Now the next sketch, that we want to add a rectangle onto this area. So we'll go on to the create panel again, we'll expand it, and here inside rectangle tool we'll activate this center rectangle tool. I will activate this one. Then anywhere onto this area I will specify the center of the rectangle, and we'll try to create a rectangle like this, and we'll make sure that the end point of the rectangle is on the arc of the circle, bigger circle. I will click like this and we'll press escape to come out of the tool, and here you can see this rectangle is touching this outer circle on one side, whereas it is not touching on the other side. Now to make sure that it's touching on both the sides, I will apply this coincident constraint. So we'll activate this constraint. We'll select the end or the corner point of this rectangle and then the circle parameter, and here you can see it got constrained onto that parameter. I will also try to constrain this center point with this line, vertical line. So we'll activate this coincident constraint again. This time I will select this center point and then this vertical line. Here you can see. I will zoom out, and here you can see we had created a rectangle like this. Now I will dimension this size of the rectangle. To dimension this rectangle, I will activate this sketch dimension tool. From here I will click on it, and then I will click on the side that I want to specify the dimension, and then we'll drag outside and here I will just write 113. That is the value or the length that we want to create. So this is the length that we wanted to add. Now I will activate this simple line tool and I will create a separation line from this point to this point like this. Also I want to specify the distance of this line from the center of the circle. So again we'll activate this sketch dimension tool and we'll select the center and then this line, and then we'll drag outside and we'll enter the values 18 and we'll press enter. So here you can see we had just created our first sketch, and this is fully constrained, and that you can verify if you'll expand the sketch folder. Here you can see the small red lock icon. This means that my sketch is fully constrained, and when I say constrained means it has all the required dimensions needed to define the sketch completely. Now I will simply click on this finish sketch option over here. Now let's add some volume to this sketch, and to do so we'll move on to the solid tab and we'll activate this extrude tool, and then we'll select these three profiles. Here you can see in this extrude option it has three profiles selected, and then in the directions option we had to specify it as symmetric, and then in the distance we had to specify it 2.4. And now what it is doing, it is extruding these three profiles in both the direction by 2.4 millimeter. So if we'll go on to the home view, here you can see it is getting extruded on both the sides, and I just want to keep this 2.4 millimeter. So now the total thickness will be 4.8. I will press OK since this is what I wanted to do. The moment you will press OK, you can see the sketch are turned off and you will only be able to see the solid volumes. So to bring your back onto the screen again, what you have to do is go to the design browser, and then under the sketch browser tree, you have to turn on the existing sketch. So this is our sketch. Again, we'll reactivate this extrude tool, and this time I will select this bigger profile. And this bigger profile, we just want to keep in symmetric direction by 5 millimeter like this. I will press OK. I will make sure that the operation is joined over here. Then I will press OK. And here you can see the result. But this time the sketch didn't get turned off automatically because we had turned it on manually from over here. So now once you are done with this sketch, you can simply turn it off. Now before we'll move forward, we'll add some chamfer onto these two corners. So for that, we'll move on to this modify panel. We'll expand it and we can activate this chamfer tool. And the moment you will activate the chamfer tool, first you have to select the edges onto which you want to apply your chamfer. So I will simply orbit it towards bottom side, and then I can select the other side also. And in the chamfer also, here you can verify the two edges are selected and the type is equal distance. Only you have to specify the distance, and this time I want to apply a distance of 2.6 millimeters. So I will write 2.6, and here you can see the chamfer just got applied on both the sides. I will press OK. Now I will orbit around my body, and onto this face we want to add some new sketch. So we'll activate our sketch tool again, and this time I will select this face as a sketch face. Here you can see. Now again we'll activate this circle tool. We'll create a circle of diameter 20 millimeter. The moment I will create a circle of diameter 20 millimeter, here you can see this circle is touching both the vertical side of this rectangle, and this small constraint, this tangent constraint, indicates that it's touching perfectly on both the sides. Now I will click on this finish sketch, and then I will orbit it little bit so I will be able to see it in 3D view like this. Again we'll activate this extrude tool, and this time I will select these profiles that we got. Once we created the circle, this profile got separated, and now we can select all these four profiles like this. And this time, instead of extruding this toward this direction, I will simply drag it towards inside the body. And this time I want to go up to 25 millimeter inside the body. So instead of adding the body, it is making a cut operation. Here you can see. If you are not seeing this option, you can simply come over to the operation and you can select the cut, and then just press OK. So this is the result you will get. Now again turn on the same sketch, that is this circle sketch, that is sketch 2, and again repeat the extrude command, and this time select these half circle profiles on both the sides, and again extrude this towards backward, and this time instead of making cut you have to make sure that the operation is joined and the distance again will be 25. So this way we'll be getting a circle like this onto this side. Once you are done, you can simply turn off the sketch. Now again we'll activate this create sketch tool, and this time we'll select this side face as a sketch face. Now I will activate this line tool, and from this point I will create a vertical line like this. And by using this same line tool I can create a shape like this. I will try to create a inverted L shape. Then we'll activate this dimension tool and we'll add all the values. So this will be 13.4, this will be 4.8, this will be 2.4, and this also will be 2.4. Then I will click on this finish sketch tool. I will orbit it little bit like this. Then I can reactivate this extrude tool. We'll select this profile, and instead of inputting the values over here, I can simply change this extend type to object, and then I can select the other corner point of this body, and it will simply extrude up to that corner point. I will make sure that the operation is joined, and then I will press OK. Before we'll move forward, we'll go on to the modify panel. We'll activate this chamfer tool. We'll select this outer edge and also this inner edge, and we'll apply a chamfer of 2.4 millimeter or little bit lesser, maybe 2.3 millimeter like this. I will press OK, and here you can see this is the result we got. Now we are going to add a feature that is very tricky, and that we can achieve using this vertical bar that you can see over here. So by using this vertical bar we can move back to our commands. So if we'll click on this vertical bar and drag it back, here you can see we are moving back onto all the commands. So I will just move it back up to this point, and here what I will do, I will again reactivate this create sketch tool. I will select this flat face as a sketch face, and here I will go on to the create panel, and then I will activate this project tool. I will activate this project tool. I will click on this face to project all the profiles, and then we'll press OK. Here you can see this is the profiles we got. Again we'll repeat the same process since we also want to project this edge and this edge. I will press OK. So now if I'll turn off the bodies, here you can see these are all the sketch that got projected. Also we have to sketch this turn off the sketch 2 at this moment. So this is our sketch 4 that we had projected from the existing sketches. Now I will activate this offset tool. I will click on this complete profile that you can see, and will offset it by just zero point 0.2 millimeter, 0.2 millimeter like this. Here you can see towards outside. I will press OK. Again I will repeat the same tool, offset tool, and again will select the same profile, and this time I will offset it towards outside by 2.6 millimeter like this, and will press OK. Now before we'll move forward, all the blue sketches or the projected sketches that you can see into this sketch, we want to convert that to construction line. So we will select those profiles by pressing shift on my keyboard. I can select the multiple profiles like this, and then I can apply this construction. And here you can see all the existing profile just got converted to construction lines. Now I can just click on the finish sketch, and I can also turn on the body's back. Here is our sketch. I can activate the extrude tool, and I can select the profile that we want to extrude. I have to make sure that I am selecting the complete profile that we had created. So it's looking great over here. I will simply extrude it by 2.4 millimeter like this. Instead of join, I have to make sure that it's new body. So make sure that the operation here is new body, and we'll press OK. And now we got a separate body like this that is 0.2 millimeter offset from the existing geometry. Now these two bodies you can verify inside this bodies folder. If you'll expand it, here you can see this is body 1 and this is my body 2. Now we will move back to our design history area, and we'll drag the cursor back to the last position like this. Now here you can see these two bodies are still separate bodies. This is body 1 and this is body 2. but they are overlapping with each other, but that's not a problem. We can simply turn off the body 2 at this moment. Now we will add one more body onto this complete assembly. So we'll activate this create sketch tool again, and this time I will select this face as a sketch face. Here it is. I will create a new circle of same diameter, that is of 20 millimeter. I will dimension that to constrain the sketch. Here you can see. Now we will offset this circle using this offset sketch tool. We'll select this profile and we'll offset it by 2.4. I will press OK. So we created two circular profiles. Now if we turn on the body, you can see the results. I will click on the finish sketch. Then we'll activate the extrude tool. We'll select this ring profile and we'll extrude it towards this direction. Let's extrude this by -10. So now this is 10 millimeter thick. I will press OK. And here you can see inside body folder, this third body also got added. So we have body 2 and body 1 also. We'll turn off the body 1. We'll turn off the body 2. Now here it is. We'll turn on the body 1 also. Now here are the two bodies, body 1 and body 2. Now I will turn on the body 3. We'll go into the create panel. We'll activate this tool that says thread. I will activate this tool, and in the first option we have to make sure that this modeled option is ticked on. Also this remember size option is ticked on. Then click on this select and then select this cylindrical profile. Now here by default it is applying a thread of isometric profile of size 20 millimeter, and the designation here is M20 into 2.5. Since this is the biggest as here possible, so I am selecting this one. Now I will press OK. Here you can see we just applied thread onto the this face. Now I will turn on the body 3 and I will turn off the body 1. We will repeat the same process onto the internal face of this body. We'll go on to the create panel, we'll activate the thread tool, we'll select this face, and since we activated this remember size option while performing the last thread, that's why it is remembering all the settings. Now I will simply press OK. Now if I'll turn on the body 1 also, we created internal thread onto this body and external thread onto this body. So if you want to see both the bodies, you have to turn on the inspect tool. So we'll go on to the inspect tool option, and here I will activate this section analysis tool. I want to see the section analysis at the center point, that is onto this plane, top plane, yellow top plane that you can see. But to select that plane we have to turn off the bodies, then we can select this plane and then we can turn on the bodies again. And here you can see in section view it's completely clear how our threads are mating with each other. I will press OK so I can see the section view clearly. Here it is. Now before we'll move forward, since we are going to 3D print this complete assembly, we have to apply some clearance onto these threads. And to apply clearance, we have to use a very specific tool, and that tool is press pull tool. So we will perform this press pull tool on both the bodies separately. So first I will turn off the body 3. Now here is our body 1. Here you can see inside this analysis folder this section view is still active. Anytime if you want to turn it off, you can turn it off from here. So I will have completely clear idea about what is happening inside my model. So we'll activate this press pull tool first. We'll select this face and also this face, and then we'll specify the press pull of minus 0.1 towards inside. And here you can see that all the thread sizes are getting shrinked by 0.1 millimeter. This is what we needed. I will press OK. Again I will reactivate the tool, and this time I will only select this face, and again minus 0.1, and you can see it's getting shrink towards downward. I will press OK. Now if I'll turn off the body 3, Here you can see the clear space between these two bodies. It's only because we had pressed pulled the body 1 faces, thread faces by zero point 0.1 millimeter. I will turn it off again. Before we'll move forward, we'll also apply some fillets on all these sharp edges, because if you want to design for 3D printing, you have to remove all the sharp edges onto your designs. So we'll activate this fillet tool. We'll select all the corners, sharp corners like this, and then I can apply a fillet of 0.2 millimeter. I will press OK. Here you can see most of the faces are now smooth. I will turn off the analysis. The only face that is real sharp, here you can see the tip face. That we also have to apply some fillet. So we'll activate this fillet tool again. I will select the complete edge and we'll apply a fillet of 0.2 millimeter. But in this case, the 0.2 is not working. It's giving me an error. So I can try out 0.19 and it's working. I will press OK. So here is our final thread modified faces onto the base body. I call this as a body 1 as a base body. Now turn off the body 1. Now turn on the body 3. The same processes that we did onto the body 1, we have to perform onto this body 3 also. So I will turn on the analysis first. Then we'll orbit it like this so I can see it everything. I will activate this press pull tool and again I will select all the faces like this. I will press pull it by minus 0.1 towards bottom. I'll press OK. Now I will activate this fillet tool. I will apply fillet on all the edges and that fillet will be 0.2. I'll press OK. Now I will turn off the analysis and now I have to apply fillet onto this sharp corner. So we'll activate the fillet tool. We'll select this complete loop and also onto this side. We'll apply a fillet of 0.19 since 0.2 will give us an error, or else we can try if it will work. No, it's not working. So we'll write 0.19. I'll press OK. Now if we'll turn on the section view and turn on the body 1 also, here you can see we got two threads mating with each other and they have enough clearance so they can fit together after 3D printing. So this is known as design for 3D printing. So we had optimized our model ready for 3D printing. Now if we'll turn off the analysis. Now as you can see, these threads are going above these faces. So we have to remove those also. And to remove those things, we have to turn off the body 3. Now to do that, we have a special sketch for that. And that is sketch 2. We'll turn on the sketch 2. We'll activate the extrude tool again. And this time I will select these two profiles and will drag towards backward like this to make a cut, and we'll make sure that this dimension is 25 since the whole length is 25 up to which the threads are made. Operation here is selected as cut. I will press OK. And here you can see this is what we got. We'll turn off the sketch again and this is what we got. So it's 3D printable. Also it will work as a thread. Now if we'll turn on the body 3, here you can see this thing will go onto this piece like this. Now the last thing that is left, we have to modify our body 2. And since we want to hold a phone onto this place, we have to add similar kind of walls onto this body also. So what we'll do, we'll go on to the side of this body, we'll click on that face, we'll click on the create sketch, we'll turn off the body 3 so we can see it clearly. And now here we'll activate the project tool and we'll project all the edges of this body like this. I will also project this one. I'll press OK. I will also project this edge and we'll press OK. So here we got our structure sketch and now I can click on the finish sketch. I will turn on the sketch. I will activate this extrude tool. We'll select this profile only And then here in the extend type I will select object, and I will extend, I will extrude this up to this corner point. So here I will select this corner point, and here you can see it's getting extruded up to that corner point. I have to make sure that the operation is joined. I will press OK. Again we'll repeat and activate the same tool. We'll select this profile this time, but this time I just want to extrude up to by minus 4.8 millimeter. I'll press OK. Exactly same thing that we did onto this side. We'll turn off the sketch now. We'll go on to the modify panel. We'll activate this chamfer tool. We'll select this edge and the inside edge, and we'll apply a chamfer of, if you'll remember, we had applied a chamfer of 2.3, and we'll press OK. So here we got this as a separate body, then we got this as a separate body, and then we got this ring as a separate body. Now since this body is a very smooth ring and this is going to rotate around this thread, and it will going to work as a screw, to make the faces little bit rough we are going to add some features onto it. And to do that, we'll activate this cylinder tool from the create panel. Then we'll select this face, the face of the ring. We'll click on it, and then we'll go on to the right view so we can see that face. And onto that face, we'll create a cylinder like this. And this cylinder diameter, I just want to keep 2 millimeters. And if we'll orbit it a little bit, I want to extrude this cylinder up to this face. So I will select that face, and instead of cut I just want to keep it as join, or maybe new body over here. Let's keep it join. I will press OK. Now we'll go on to my design history and we'll select this cylinder command that we had performed, and we'll go on to the create panel. Inside the pattern we'll activate the circular pattern tool. Then we'll activate this axis tool and we'll select the face of this cylinder, and here we can increase the numbers to 30. So you can see the preview. So maybe still there is a gap between two cylinders, so we have to increase this number to 40, and now it is working great. So I will simply press OK, and here you can see my final result with some texture on the face, and it will work like a screw. Now all the time if you want to see the section view, you can see that. Before we'll move forward, let's add some brand name onto the main base product. We'll go on to the create panel, we'll activate this sketch tool, we'll select this face as a sketch face. Now here we'll go on to create again and we'll activate this text tool. I will create a text box like this, and here we will write our text, that is our brand name, and we'll make sure that the right font is selected. In our case it's LT Avocado, but you can select font of your choice. I also made it bold. Now inside the alignment options I will select these two options. I'll press OK. I will make sure that this text is aligned perfectly onto the center of this face. So I will create a line from the midpoint to the end point like this. I will also create one line from the midpoint to the end point like this. I will make sure that these two lines are equal in size. So this way they are completely aligned between these two edges. Now I will select these two lines and will turn that to construction line like this. Now since I am pretty happy with the orientation of this text, I can simply click on this finish sketch. I can orbit it a little bit like this. Then we'll go on to the create panel, we'll activate this emboss tool. I will select the sketch profile, then we'll select the face onto which we want to create the emboss. So this is the face, and here we want to create a emboss by minus 0.6 millimeter. So if you're going to 3D print it, that is going to be 3 layers. That is, if we are taking a layer of 0.2, so that will be 3 layers. So I'm pretty happy with it. I will press OK, and you can notice the result, embossed text onto this face. Right now, before we'll add a very advanced feature, First, we will rename these bodies and we'll convert these three as a component. So let's rename the body. Simply select the body, make a right click, click on rename body, and this one I will call it as base. This one I will call it as clip, and this one I will call it as a screw. Let's make this rename again, base. Now simply select all the three bodies by pressing Ctrl on your keyboard and then make a right click and click on create component from bodies. Now as you can see, all the three bodies got converted to components. Right now, as you can notice, the top level component, that is phone holder, is active. Since we want to add some more advanced feature while exporting it as STL, I will turn on this base as a active component. Here you can see the moment I activated this base component as active component, the rest of the features got little bit invisible. Now since base 1 is active, now again I will activate this sketch 8 that contains the text of this logo, and then I will activate this extrude tool. I will select the text only and I will extrude this by a distance of zero point 0.6 towards downward direction, and we'll make sure that it is acting as a new body and we'll press OK. Now if we'll expand the base one body, here you can see inside this one the base is a different body whereas all the texts are different body. So this is what we needed inside this base component. Now I can turn on the top component like this, and I will hide these two things, and here you can see this is our result. I will also turn off this sketch for better visibility. Now let's add some material appearances. We'll go on to the modify panel, we'll activate this appearance tool. A window will pop up like this. Here we'll search for the white material first. So I will look for the ABS white, I can keep it here like this. Then I will look for the black material. Here is the plastic black and I will keep it like this. Now I will simply drag the material and apply onto the base body first. So this one is completely white right now. I will apply these black materials onto the clip and onto the screw. So these two pieces are black. Also, if I'll expand the base body, I want to apply this black material onto the text bodies only. So I will simply drag one by one onto each body of the text like this. So whenever you are trying to apply on the body, the text is also getting highlighted, the body is also getting highlighted inside your design. So this way you can be very careful. Now this is our design that is ready to be exported as a STL file. Now to export them as STL file format that we can use for 3D printing, I will simply go onto the components, will make a right click, and here you got an option that says save as a mesh. Click on it. Then right now the base is getting exported as STL file format. I will press on OK, and then I have to make sure that I am saving the file into my computer with the base name onto my desktop. I will click on save. We will repeat the same process for the rest of the two components. Now here you can see these are all the three STL files that we had just exported from our Fusion 360 design. Now let's 3D print these pieces on our multicolor 3D printer, and we'll show you how you can assemble these pieces together and also how to use this as a phone holder that will serve your purpose. Also again I'm repeating, if you want to download this design Fusion 360 files, the link is available in the video description. Just go and check it out. So here is our 3D printed pieces. So this is the piece that is the base that you can see over here with a text logo in different color, and it's completely embedded inside our body since we have a multicolor 3D printer. Right now I had printed this using the PLA material with the 10% infill, and the next thing is that this screw piece that you can see, it also comes with this grooving, these frictional areas that we created like a ring kind of structure, and then with this clip, this simple clip, all these three pieces are printed in PLA material only, PLA plastic. So now how we can assemble it together? So simply put this piece onto this area from this direction like this, and it will go simply. It's a loose fit here, you can see. And then this screw ring that will go onto this thread, so you have to align it properly first like this, and then it's completely free since we had provided very right tolerance. Now how to use this product is simply unscrew little bit like this, and then you can take your phone, you can place it between these two clips like this. Here you can see it just got inside these clips, and then you can tighten it and it will completely fit with this phone holder like this. This design is completely customized for my one of my table mounted phone holder. So I'm going to attach this section with my existing table mounted phone holder, and I'm going to use my phones in a way we want, in a way I want. So let me know if you have any comments about this complete product design, about designing this into Fusion 360, or about preparing STL file. Also, if you want to show me how you can prepare it, these files, these STL files for your Bamboo Lab 3D printers inside Slicer, just comment below in the video. I will guide you through the complete process where I will show you how you can slice it perfectly in the Bamboo Lab Studio to print it like this with this greater finish. Also subscribe to my channel and like this video if you had learned something into this video, and see you in the next video guys. Thanks for watching. Keep watching my channel. Thank you.